I used to think silence was awkward. Every pause felt like a mistake that needed to be filled. So I filled it with music, scrolling, small talk, noise, anything to avoid stillness. But all that sound came with a cost. The more I talked, the less I saw. The more I reacted, the less I created. When I finally embraced deliberate quiet, everything sharpened. My mind, my choices, my results. Silence isn't emptiness. It's where strength rebuilds itself. It's the space where chaos ends and clarity begins. Because silence doesn't take from you. It gives you back the parts of yourself that noise stole. It reminds you who's really in control. And once you learn to command it, you stop living in reaction and start moving with purpose. The modern world never stops talking. Notifications, headlines, arguments, opinions. It's a constant flood of motion disguised as progress. Your brain never rests. It's always feeding, always reacting. That flood rewires your chemistry. Dopamine spikes, patience fades. You start chasing micro rewards, refreshing, scrolling, checking. Attention fractures into fragments. And when attention breaks, meaning breaks with it. External noise is obvious. The traffic, the chatter, the glowing screen. But internal noise is quieter and far more dangerous. It's the endless commentary in your own head. What if? What's next? Am I doing enough? It fills every empty second until reflection disappears. You stop hearing your own voice. You confuse activity with direction. You respond to everything but decide nothing. It's like an athlete who trains without rest. The muscles don't grow, they tear. Without silence, the mind does the same. Stillness isn't retreat, it's recovery. It's the mental version of sleep, the pause that rebuilds focus and energy. Science proves it. Moments of silence trigger growth in the hippocampus, the part of your brain tied to learning and memory. Noise does the opposite, raising cortisol, dulling creativity, draining clarity. When you step away from noise, you don't lose progress, you restore it. Think of a leader who fills every pause to sound confident. He fears silence because it reveals truth. But that gap, the stillness between sentences, is where authority begins. When he learns to pause, his words gain gravity. They stop chasing attention. They start commanding it. Silence isn't the absence of action. It's the condition that gives action direction. It's the breath before the decision, the calm before the strike. Every time you enter stillness, your chemistry resets, your awareness expands, your perception sharpens. Quiet isn't emptiness. It's compressed potential waiting to move. And when you start protecting that quiet, you begin living on your own frequency, not reacting to the world's noise, but transmitting strength through stillness. True strength doesn't roar. It listens. It observes. It waits for the right moment. Most people think silence is passive, but real silence is control. The mind refusing to be dragged by noise, the spirit steady while the world spins. At first, stillness feels uncomfortable. You sit, and everything you've buried surfaces. Fears, doubts, unfinished memories. Weak minds run. Strong minds stay. They let the noise burn until clarity remains. That's the beginning of mastery. In a world obsessed with proving and reacting, restraint is rebellion. Many speak to impress. Few pause to understand. But the pause is where truth lives. Words spoken after silence carry power because they come from awareness, not ego. Ancient thinkers understood this. Pythagoras called silence the first discipline of learning. Lao Tzu said, "Those who know speak little." The Stoics practiced stillness to measure impulse before motion. Their strength came not from expression, but from control. There's science behind that steadiness. When the world grows quiet, your brain lowers its own neural noise. Connections strengthen. Ideas merge. That's why inspiration often appears in calm moments. Not because you stopped thinking, but because your thoughts finally had space to connect. The athlete before the start line. The soldier before the order. The artist before the first stroke. They're not avoiding action, they're preparing it. Those seconds of stillness define precision. The quiet shapes the strike. People who master silence don't withdraw from life. They rise above it. Their calm steadies everyone around them. While others drown in distraction, they move with clarity. Silence becomes their hidden weapon. The rhythm that governs timing, judgment, and execution. Return to it daily, even for minutes. The more you practice, the less chaos can reach you. Noise loses its grip, and what remains is composure. Deliberate, grounded, unshakable. That's where real strength begins. Because silence isn't a break from power. It's the foundation that makes power sustainable. In a world addicted to noise, silence is your edge. When you pause, power shifts. Research shows most people can't stand more than 4 seconds of silence. It creates pressure that exposes truth. Mark Twain once said, "The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause." Use that pause, not to retreat, but to command. Start small. 5 minutes of complete quiet each day. No phone, no music, no input. Just awareness. At first it feels empty, then it feels powerful. Because in stillness, strength rebuilds, clarity returns, and presence becomes your default state. Real power isn't in what you say next. It's in the courage to stay silent long enough to hear what truly matters. Silence isn't absence. It's mastery. It's focus under control. It's the highest form of discipline. And it begins the moment you stop running from quiet and start listening to the power that lives beneath it. If this inspired you, give it a like. Subscribe for weekly wisdom and share your thoughts below to grow the inner strength community.